ओ मोरे सजना चले कहाँ तुम, विनती करी तेरी। पाँव पड़े तोरे कितना मनाया, फिर भी नहीं सुनी रे। छोड़ के कहाँ चले रे। घिरत रात अंधेरा डरावे, लोहित मोहे रुलावे। पंछी अकेला सुना है बसेरा, बाट तकत तोरे आवन की। छोड़ के कहाँ चले।
Sualkuchi is a medieval town and was perhaps the first urban settlement in Assam. Sualu is the tree from which the leaves are fed to the Muga silkworm. And Theria, Asama and Kuchi means cluster. The basically four most important types of silk found in Assam are Muga, Pat, Mezankari and Eri. Sualkuchi, the biggest village of Assam with a population of around 50,000, is situated on the north bank of the mighty river Brahmaputra. Sualkuchi produces over 6 million meters of white and golden Assam silk, indigenously called Pat silk and Muga silk. The total number of looms in Sualkuchi are about 20,502 in the 2002 to 2003 census, of which 10,398 are engaged in producing white Pat silk and 9,602 produce golden Muga silk. The weavers produce the cloth using 0.5 million kgs of silk thread everywhere, every day. 17,000 weavers are engaged simultaneously in their looms, deftly designing the silkwear. The tradition of weaving in Sualkuchi can be traced to the 11th century, when Dharmapal of the Pala dynasty sponsored the craft and brought 26 weaving families from Tantikuchi to Sualkuchi. Sualkuchi, the village, took shape as a weaver's village when the Ahoms occupied Sualkuchi, defeating the Mughals in the mid-17th century. Sualkuchi today is not merely a village, but an urban township that symbolizes the art and culture of Assamese society. It is situated 32 kilometers away from Guwahati, the capital of Assam, and it's the seat of traditional Assamese silk weaving. The village presents ample opportunities to experience the rich history and local culture. The community around this place is generally of an Assamese descent. We found, to our delight, the details about Muga and Pat silk. Muga is a special type of silk. It is made from a race of wild silk moths that lives only in the Sualkuchi village in Assam, India. The villagers in this region gather the cocoons in the wild and then semi-cultivate larvae, raising from the eggs of the wild moths that emerge. It is an exceptional and labor-intensive process to obtain the exquisite golden fiber from these wild silkworms. It is thought by some that this golden Muga silk is the fabled yellow silk that in China only the Emperor of China is permitted to wear. This fabric is one of the world's treasures of fine silk fabrics. It is raised, reeled, or spun and woven on a village scale in only this one area of India. The looms used are foot-powered, fly shuttle, hand-operated looms that produce a characteristically uneven fiber. Part silk is a variant of the Muga silk. Mahatma Gandhiji complimented the Assamese weavers as artists who could weave dreams through their looms. Hajo is an ancient pilgrimage center for three religions: Hindus, Buddhists, and Muslims. It lies on the banks of the Brahmaputra River, 24 kilometers from the city of Guwahati, in the state of Assam in India. The area is dotted with a number of ancient temples as well as other sacred artifacts. A sleepy place dotted with a number of temples, brass and bell metal works, and namghars, the traditional Assamese community prayer halls. It distinguishes itself by being a rare pilgrimage center for all three religions. The Hindus and the Buddhists share their most sacred shrine in that area, the Hayagriba Madhav Temple. The Hayagriba Madhav Temple, placed on a hillock called Manikuta, has below it a large pond called Apurbanabha, which has a number of huge tortoises, and anyone bathing there is supposed to be freed from the cycle of rebirth. For the Hindus, the temple finds mention in the ancient Hindu scriptures called Kalika Purana and Yogini Tantra, mentioning the deity as Vishnu. Whereas the Buddhists believe that it was here in this temple the Lord Buddha had attained his nirvana.
আল্লাহর বিনে কেউ নাই আন ওই আল্লাহে।
The Muslims visit the shrine of Pua Makkah, which was established by the Sufi saint Pir Ghiyasuddin Aulia. Atop another hillock, Garudachal, is the Muslim shrine Pua Makkah. It is a place of Muslim pilgrimage, since the mosque known as the Pua Makkah is thought to have some of the sanctity of Makkah. A Persian inscription here says the mosque has been built by one Lutfullah C. Shiraj in 1657 during the time of Shah Jahan. It is said that a apua, a quarter of a sur of earth, was brought from Makkah to start this mosque, and that's the name Pua Makkah. Muslims believe that a visit to Pua Makkah is like making a pilgrimage to the Holy Land itself.
আউয়াল কলিমার বিনে আন জিকির আরু নাই রব্ব বিনে হইয়াছে সংসার কেলেনো মই আহিলো দুনিয়াইতে বেহাব সৰুতে নগলো মৰি আল্লাহর বিনে কেউ নাই আন ওই আল্লাহে আল্লাহর বিনে কেউ নাই আন ওই আল্লাহে।
Hajo Pua Makkah are also a center of the bell metal manufacturing industry. It has a large number of Assamese families here engaged in this trade. The bell metal industry is one of the oldest traditional cottage industries and gained momentum especially during the Ahom rule, before the advent of the British. The usual items of production of the bell metal industry are kahi, bati, banbati, horai, bota, bhortal, lota, etc. The basic raw material is bell metal, which is an alloy of 77% copper and 23% tin. Other raw materials required are charcoal, lac, clay, jute fiber, rice bran and mustard oil. Lac is used for polishing the finished product. Clay, jute fiber and bran are used to make the containers, wherein the scrap is melted. The oil is needed to smoothen the interior of the molds. The process of manufacturing is melting and pouring, smoothing, shaping and cooling, cleaning, finishing and riveting. The mystery of Madan Kamdev. Madan Kamdev refers to the stone sculptures 35 kilometers from Guwahati. It is more of a mystery in the sense that very little is known about the origin of this magnificent archaeological ruins. The Madan Kamdev temple site witnesses several erotic sculptures modeled in all conceivable erotic poses. The evidence unearthed, till now, is a pointer to the Tantric culture, for which ancient Kamrupa was famous. It is claimed that the Madan Kamdev temples can be considered second Khajuraho of India. Written history is almost silent about the archaeological ruins, leaving the ground clear for conjectures and hypotheses. Kamrupa, the ancient name of Assam, is believed to have been derived from a legend connected with Madan Kamdev. Madan and Kamdev is the name of the same mythological hero of love. But Madan Kamdev is yet to be historically placed in proper perspective. The antiquities scattered in and around the deity are manifestations of a glorious period of history yet to be revealed. The deity is no doubt Shiva, embracing Maheshwari with his left hand in the Alingasana. Uma Maheshwara, the large composite image in Alingasana, considered as Mahagauri Kameshwara in Lalitasana. In those days, with all the 18 temples, needs special attention of historians and archaeologists, in particular, to give Assam a wide publicity and see that this site, which is 300 years old in the history of Assam, should be authentically established. The culture of Assam is a rich tapestry infused with multicolored yarns of distinguished heritage of all the races that populate here. The Assamese population can be divided into two broad groups: the non-tribal people who constitute the majority in the plains and the tribals who live in the hills. Assam is peopled by a large number of tribal groups, major among them being the Bodo Kacharis, the Deori, the Misings, the Dimasas, the Karbis, the Lalongs and the Rabhas. Ahomia, or the Assamese, is the language of Assam, and this beautiful state has a reputation for warm hospitality, and the people inhabiting the state are homely, charming and open-hearted. The festival celebrated in Assam have their root in the varied faith and belief of its people, and upblazing, compelling, and mesmerizing. Their Diwali, Holi, Durga Puja, Saraswati Puja, Lakshmi Puja, Kali Puja, Shivratri, which are celebrated by the Hindus of Assam, and the Muslims celebrate Eid and Muharram. Similarly, the Christians celebrate Christmas. But besides these, Assam's fairs and festivals are varied as its population, which comes from different racial origins, both tribal and non-tribal. Bihu, the agriculture festival of Assam, is celebrated by all Assamese, irrespective of caste, creed, or religion. Bihu, Assam's very own festival, is celebrated at various stages of cultivation of paddy, the principal crop of Assam. They are Bohag, Baisakh, Bihu Kati, Kartika, Bihu and Magh or Magh Bihu. The most important social and cultural celebrations are the three Bihu festivals, observed with great enthusiasm, irrespective of caste, creed, and religious affinity. The Bohag Bihu, celebrated in mid-April, is the most important one. It is also known as Rongali Bihu. Rong means merrymaking and fun. It is observed by dancing and singing in open spaces as well as in the houses. The second most important Bihu, Magh Bihu, is a harvest festival celebrated in mid-January. It is celebrated in community feasts and bonfire. It is also known as the Bhogali Bihu. Bhog means enjoyment and feasting. The third Bihu festival is observed in mid-October. It is also known as Kongali Bihu. Kongali means poor, because by this time of the year, which is before the harvest is brought home, the stock of food grains is low in a common man's house. The population of Assam is a broad racial intermixture of Mongolian, Indo-Burmese, Indo-Iranian, and Aryan origin. The hilly tracts of Assam are mostly inhabited by the tribes of the Mongolian origin. These broad racial intermixture is the native of the state of Assam, and their language and their people are called Asomia or Assamese, which is the state language of Assam. The Assam tribals have their own colorful festivals, like the Kharai Puja of the Bodos, the Baikhu and Parkhantes of Rabas, Aliangan and Prague by the Mishing tribe.
স্বকীয় রূপ লৈ বহাগ ন আহে কলৈ ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰৰ দুই পাৰলৈ নহয় জানো এই ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰৰ মহান ঐতিহ্যই বাকী মহাবাহু ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ মহামিলনৰ তীৰ্থ কত যুগ ধৰি আহিছে প্ৰকাশী সমন্বয়ৰ অৰ্থ মহাবাহু ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ মহামিলনৰ তীৰ্থ কত যুগ ধৰি আহিছে প্ৰকাশী সমন্বয়ৰ অৰ্থ মহাবাহু ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ কন্ন কুবজৰে পৰা বাৰ ভূঞা আহিছিলে সেই বংশতে শংকৰ দেও ইয়াতে জনমিলে মৰুৰ দেশৰে আজান ফকীৰে মধুৰ জিকিৰ ৰচিলে দিল্লীৰ দিলোৱাৰে আহি হস্তি পুথি আঁকিলে পঞ্চ নদীৰ তেগ বাহাদুৰে ধৰ্মৰ সেতু গঢ়িলে সমন্বয়ৰ দেখুৱালে কত প্ৰকাশ স্বতঃস্ফূৰ্ত মহাবাহু ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ বাসিতে খৰায় ঘাটতে কতৰুৱা গছিলে জাতি ধৰ্ম ভাষা সবাকে স্বদেশ প্ৰেমেৰে বান্ধিলে বিৰাট পুত্ৰ বিষ্ণু ৰাভাই মাটিৰ কৃষ্টি জীয়ালে সমন্বয়ৰ দেখুৱালে কত প্ৰকাশত স্ফূৰ্ত মহাবাহু ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ পদ্মা নদীৰ ধুমুহাত পৰি কত শত জন আহিলে লুইতৰ দুয়ো পাৰে কতনা অতিথি আদৰিলে কিছু ল'ব লাগে কিছু দিব লাগে জিন যাবলে হলে মিলিব লাগে মিলাব লাগে ৰবীন্দ্ৰনাথেও ক'লে অগ্ৰৱাল জ্যোতিয়ে ইয়াতে জ্যোতিৰ প্ৰপাত বোৱালে অজিন পাতকী খবৰ চক্ৰ জ্যোতিৰে কৰি ব্যৰ্থ